Test results from Carlos Sainz's session with Williams are finally in, and let me tell you, what went down in Barcelona could change the entire game for the 2025 season. What was expected to be just a simple adaptation session turned into a massive statement from both Sainz and Williams. If anyone thought this team would remain stuck at the back of the grid, it's time to rethink everything. Before breaking down every lap, every technical adjustment, and every mind-blowing number from this test, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this Formula 1 season is shaping up to be pure chaos, and trust me, you won't want to miss a second of it. Now, let's get straight into it. From the moment Sainz stepped into the Williams garage in Barcelona, it was obvious that he wasn't just there for a casual drive or to get a feel for the car. No, the guy walked in with the confidence of a seasoned champion, eyes locked on the data, fully intent on making his presence felt from the very first moment. Expectations were already high, but what truly caught people's attention was how quickly Sainz adapted to the team's working environment. He didn't just show up as a driver testing a car, he showed up as a leader. According to sources inside the team, from the very first morning briefing, Carlos came in with a detailed list of questions about the car's balance, aerodynamic efficiency, and suspension setup. He wasn't waiting to be told what to do, he was setting the agenda himself. Williams engineers had mapped out a meticulous testing program to assess the FW47 under various track conditions, with a particular focus on tire management and high-speed stability. For Sainz, this was the perfect opportunity to measure his adaptability to the car and, more importantly, to understand just how far he could push it in the upcoming season. The first stint of the morning focused on race simulations, and this was where the first major surprise hit. Everyone expected Williams to struggle in high-speed corners, a recurring issue in past seasons, but in his very first run on medium tires, Sainz reported that the car felt far more stable than expected. Barcelona's Turn 3 is the ultimate test of a car's aerodynamic stability and balance, a corner that has brutally exposed weaknesses in many F1 machines over the years. Yet, Sainz described the Williams as shockingly solid, suggesting that the team has made significant gains in optimizing downforce without sacrificing too much straight-line speed. But it wasn't all perfect. Exiting slower corners like Turn 10 and Turn 13, Sainz noticed traction issues, something that could be a real problem at street circuits and technical sections of upcoming races. This was where he started offering precise suggestions on how to refine power delivery and weight distribution to minimize wheel spin and improve acceleration out of tight corners. Following the morning session, Sainz sat down with team principal James Vowles, technical director Dave Warner, and the rest of the engineering team to analyze the data and plan adjustments for the afternoon. And here's the key takeaway: his level of involvement. It wasn't just a simple "the car feels good" or "we need better traction." No, he provided a detailed breakdown of every sector, every braking point, every area for improvement, and, most importantly, actionable solutions. Williams wasn't just testing Sainz. Sainz was testing Williams, evaluating how quickly they could respond to his feedback and how efficient they were in implementing real-time adjustments. Vowles was impressed. He's not just a great driver, he's a leader, he told the media after the test. The way Carlos analyzes the car's performance is exactly what we need to accelerate our progress as a team. The afternoon session was where things got real. Williams wanted to see how far Sainz could push the car in a qualifying-style run, and to the surprise of many, he didn't disappoint. His lap times weren't just good, they were competitive with the midfield benchmarks from last season, meaning that in pure pace, Williams has taken a significant step forward. But beyond the lap times, what truly stood out was Sainz's ability to extract maximum performance from different tire compounds. Pirelli provided hard, medium, and soft tires, and the Spaniard put each of them through their paces, delivering crucial data on degradation and overall race performance. One of the biggest revelations of the test was that Sainz already looks completely at home at Williams. His relationship with Alex Albon, which some feared might be tense, has been the exact opposite. The two have spent a lot of time off-track comparing notes, discussing setups, and figuring out how to work together to push Williams up the grid. The team sees their growing partnership as a major asset, and honestly, it could be the key to unlocking Williams' potential. Of course, not everything was smooth sailing. The test exposed some lingering aerodynamic weaknesses, particularly when wind conditions changed abruptly. In long, sweeping corners with crosswinds, the car showed signs of understeer, something Williams engineers are now working to address. The good news: they're already preparing solutions that could be implemented before pre-season testing in Bahrain. So what does all this mean? If these test results are any indication, Williams might have something special on their hands for 2025. Sainz isn't just proving that he belongs, he's making a statement. Keep your eyes peeled, because this could be the beginning of something massive. And if you want to stay updated on every twist in this story, make sure to subscribe. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. Even with a few setbacks along the way, the overall mood inside the Williams garage is sky high. The atmosphere is pure optimism, and for good reason. The weight reduction and aerodynamic improvements aren't just noticeable, they're being described as absolute game changers by experts. A Spanish media outlet even claimed that Williams is heading into this season in a drastically better position compared to last year. Why? Because they've actually learned from their past mistakes, particularly the never-ending struggle that was the overweight FW46. Williams put Sainz through the ultimate endurance simulation, the real deal designed to see how both driver and car would hold up under conditions mimicking an actual race. The results did not disappoint. Sainz kept things steady, delivering consistent lap times from start to finish with only minor drop-offs as fuel loads decreased. The car remained remarkably stable, a very promising sign that this latest Williams machine could be reliable in 2025, which is more than can be said for some of its predecessors. Once the final lap was in the books, Sainz took a moment to speak to the media, keeping his comments measured but undeniably optimistic. "It's still early, but I already feel at home here," he said. For a guy who just got behind the wheel of this car, that's a massive statement. He continued to emphasize that while there's still work to be done, especially when it comes to race pace, there's serious potential here. "We have a lot to refine, but I think the direction we're heading in is the right one." Everyone at Williams is hungry for results, and that energy is absolutely contagious. No one expects overnight miracles, and the road ahead for Sainz and Williams is going to be brutal but also incredibly exciting. This Barcelona test provided a crucial glimpse into what's coming for the FW47, and for the first time in a long while, there's genuine hope inside the Williams camp. After years stuck at the back of the grid, this team is desperate to capitalize on this new momentum, and Sainz isn't just another driver getting into the car, he's about to become a key player in shaping Williams' entire 2025 campaign. Mark my words, this is not just another season for Williams, this could be the beginning of something massive. Williams fans, buckle up, because things are finally looking up. Their latest recruit has already injected a massive dose of excitement and fresh hope into the garage, and after this Barcelona test, the hype train is leaving the station at full speed. The significance of this Barcelona test goes beyond just a few encouraging lap times. This was a defining moment for Williams, a team that has been desperately clawing its way back from the depths of F1's midfield obscurity for years. And if there's one clear takeaway, it's that this wasn't just another routine test. It was a turning point, a statement of intent, and perhaps the first real indication that Williams is on the verge of something big. For Carlos Sainz, this test wasn't just about getting familiar with the FW47, it was about proving that he could bring the level of expertise and leadership that Williams so desperately needs. And based on the overwhelming positivity coming out of the Williams camp, there's no doubt that he's already made a significant impact. His detailed feedback, technical understanding, and ability to extract performance out of the car in various conditions weren't just impressive. They were exactly what this team has been missing. The way Sainz approached this test speaks volumes. This wasn't a driver just logging miles and going through the motions. He came in with a clear plan, a strategic mindset, and the willingness to push both himself and the team beyond their comfort zone. He wasn't afraid to identify weaknesses, challenge the engineers to find solutions, and most importantly, deliver competitive lap times that suggest this car has more potential than anyone initially expected. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. While the test results are promising, it's still too early to declare Williams as a true midfield contender. The season ahead will be brutal, with teams like McLaren, Aston Martin, and Alpine making their own aggressive moves in the development race. Williams cannot afford to stagnate. They must take every bit of data from this test and refine, optimize, and evolve before the FW47 hits the track in Bahrain for pre-season testing. One of the biggest takeaways from this session is Williams' drastic improvement in weight reduction. If you've followed their struggles in the past, you'll know that their previous car was significantly overweight, costing them crucial tenths per lap and limiting their ability to compete. The fact that Sainz immediately noticed a sharper, more responsive handling in high-speed corners suggests that Williams has successfully addressed this issue. Yet, despite the progress, there are still weaknesses to overcome. The traction issues coming out of slower corners, the unpredictable behavior in changing wind conditions, and the need for further refinements in balance all remain areas of concern. Williams may have taken a step forward, but the real question is whether they have the resources, agility, and engineering expertise to continue refining the car at the pace needed to stay competitive throughout the season. Beyond the technical aspects, the chemistry between Sainz and Albon could prove to be one of Williams' most valuable assets. Too often, struggling teams fall victim to internal conflicts between drivers, leading to disjointed development paths and wasted potential. But from all indications, Sainz and Albon are forming a genuine partnership, one that could allow Williams to maximize its efforts in fine-tuning the car and developing race-winning strategies. Looking ahead, Williams has a crucial window between now and the first race of the season in Australia. Every single piece of data from this test must be analyzed, every weakness must be addressed, and every possible performance gain must be extracted. Unlike some of the top teams, Williams does not have the luxury of endless resources. Every development decision must be made with absolute precision. So what can we realistically expect from Williams in 2025? Is this the year they finally break out of the backmarker battle and start fighting for consistent points? Or will the same development struggles that have plagued them in the past keep them from reaching their full potential? One thing is for certain, this is not the same Williams we've seen in previous years. The energy, the ambition, and the sheer determination to fight their way back up the grid are palpable. With Carlos Sainz bringing a fresh wave of leadership, experience, and technical expertise to the team, and with Albon continuing to prove himself as a formidable force, Williams finally has a foundation to build upon. But F1 is an unforgiving sport. The momentum from this Barcelona test must carry through to every single session, every race weekend, and every upgrade package if Williams truly wants to make a lasting impact this season. For now, though, Williams fans have every reason to be cautiously optimistic. This test showed promise, it showed potential, and most importantly, it showed progress. And after years of disappointment, that alone is something worth celebrating. So buckle up, because if Williams plays their cards right, 2025 could be the year they finally start making some serious noise. Now, the question remains, can they keep up the momentum, or will this be another case of unfulfilled potential?